Before we dive into a story that flipped my world upside down, hit that subscribe button and join the journey to uncover life's hidden truths with me. Let's get real. Nothing in life is truly random, and I learned this the hard way. If you're ready to question everything you thought you knew, keep watching. I wish someone had grabbed me by the shoulders years ago and screamed, "Life isn't a roll of the dice." I was 26, drowning in a cycle of bad decisions, failed relationships, and a dead-end job that sucked the soul out of me. I thought I was just unlucky, that the universe was conspiring against me. But then I stumbled across the Celestine Prophecy by James Redfield, and it was like a lightning bolt cracked open my skull. The book's first insight hit me hard. We are discovering again that we live in a deeply mysterious world, full of sudden coincidences and synchronistic encounters that seem destined. That line burned into my brain, forcing me to rethink everything. Let me take you back to 2019. I was living in a cramped apartment, scrolling through my phone for 12 hours a day, numbing myself with endless Netflix binges and Instagram feeds. My life felt like a hamster wheel, spinning fast but going nowhere. I'd lost touch with friends, my bank account was a joke, and I hadn't slept properly in months. I blamed everyone and everything, my boss for not promoting me, my ex for breaking my heart, even the weather for making me miserable. I was convinced life was just a chaotic mess, and I was its unlucky victim. One rainy night I hit rock bottom. I'd just been ghosted by someone I thought was the one, and I was sitting on my couch, surrounded by empty takeout containers, feeling like the world was laughing at me. That's when I found the Celestine Prophecy on a dusty bookshelf, a gift from a friend I hadn't spoken to in years. Out of sheer boredom, I cracked it open. The book talked about coincidences, how they aren't random but part of a larger pattern guiding us. Redfield wrote, "When you experience a coincidence, you are really experiencing a glimpse of the underlying order of the universe." I scoffed at first. A cosmic plan? For me? No way. But then I started noticing things. The next day, I got a random email from an old colleague offering me a freelance gig, something I'd been too scared to pursue. A week later, I bumped into a stranger at a coffee shop who recommended a meditation app that changed my mornings. These weren't just happy accidents, they felt like signposts. The book's second insight sealed it. We are not merely physical beings, but spiritual ones, awakening to a divine purpose. I realized I wasn't cursed. I was just blind to the signals life was sending me. My life back then was a graveyard of missed opportunities. I'd ignored gut feelings, dismissed random encounters, and pushed away people who could have changed my path. Like the time I turned down a networking event because I was too tired, only to find out later it was where a friend landed her dream job. Or when I ignored a coworker's advice to take a coding course, thinking it wasn't for me. Turns out, that skill could have doubled my income. The Celestine Prophecy made me see these weren't flukes. They were moments I was meant to seize. Redfield's words echoed, "The awareness of these coincidences leads us to an entirely new level of connection with others." I was waking up. But waking up wasn't enough. I was still stuck in my rut, still addicted to my phone, still letting life pass me by. I'd read the book, felt the spark, but I hadn't changed. I was terrified of what it meant to actually listen to these coincidences. What if I failed again? What if I was wrong? The fear was paralyzing, but the book kept pulling me back. It wasn't just about noticing signs, it was about acting on them. I had to stop being a passenger in my own life. That's when I decided to rewrite my story, one deliberate step at a time. So there I was, clutching the Celestine Prophecy like it was a lifeline, realizing life wasn't a cruel game of chance, but a web of meaningful connections I'd been too distracted to see. The book's third insight was a gut punch. A new understanding of the physical world is emerging, one that sees energy and intention as the driving forces behind events. Energy, intention. Those words lit a fire in me. If nothing was random, then I could shape my future by tuning into the signals and acting with purpose. But how? My life was still a mess. 12-hour screen time, zero savings, and a social life on life support. I needed a plan, and I built one, step by grueling step. Here's how I did it, and how you can too. First, I had to face the ugly truth about my habits. My phone was a black hole, sucking away my time and energy. I downloaded an app to track my screen time, 12 hours and 37 minutes a day. That's 87 hours a week, more than 2 full-time jobs. I was horrified. Inspired by Redfield's idea of energy flow, I set a hard rule: no phone after 9 p.m. I'd put it in another room, far from my bed, to stop mindless scrolling. At first it felt like quitting a drug, my hands hitched to grab it, but within a week I was sleeping better, waking up clearer. That one change saved me 4 hours a day. Next, I started paying attention to coincidences. The book taught me that these moments, random emails, chance meetings, were clues to my path. I made a habit of writing them down. One day, a coworker mentioned a free online course on digital marketing. My old self would have shrugged it off, but I remembered Redfield's words. When we follow our intuition, we are led to the people and situations that hold answers. I signed up. That course wasn't just a skill, it was a doorway. 3 months later, I landed a $2,000 freelance project because of it. I started a journal to track these moments, jotting down every random encounter or idea that sparked something in me. Soon, I had a roadmap of opportunities I'd never noticed before. Then came the hardest part: rewiring my mindset. The Celestine Prophecy talks about energy exchanges, how our thoughts and interactions with others create a flow. I was leaking energy like a sieve, venting about my bad luck, resenting others' success. So I started small, gratitude lists. Every morning I wrote 3 things I was thankful for, even if it was just coffee or sunlight. Sounds cheesy, but it shifted something. I stopped seeing myself as a victim. Redfield wrote, "When we focus on the positive, we attract more of it." And damn, he was right. I started attracting people who lifted me up, new friends, mentors, even a client who paid me $5,000 for a project because I dared to pitch myself. I also set boundaries. I was a people pleaser, saying yes to every draining favor or toxic hangout. The book's 4th insight rang in my ears. Humans compete for energy, often draining each other. I cut out a friend who constantly criticized me, and it was like dropping a 50-pound weight. I had more energy for myself, for my goals. I replaced those toxic ties with a mastermind group. 5 people I met online who were also chasing their dreams. We'd meet weekly on Zoom, sharing wins and setbacks. That group kept me accountable, pushing me to finish projects I'd have abandoned before. The results? Night and day. In 1 year, I cut my screen time to 2 hours a day, read 15 books, and earned $12,000 from freelancing, money I never thought I'd see. My relationships deepened. I reconnected with old friends and made new ones who shared my drive. I wasn't just surviving anymore, I was thriving. The secret wasn't luck. It was intention. By noticing the signs, acting on them, and protecting my energy, I turned chaos into purpose. Redfield's words became my mantra. The more we stay connected to this energy, the more we are aware of our purpose. If I could do it, so can you. But it's not enough to just know this, you've got to act. I'd transformed my life from a blur of chaos to a path with purpose, all because I stopped believing in randomness and started acting on the signs around me. The Celestine Prophecy wasn't just a book, it was a wake-up call. Its final insight hit me like a freight train. We are here to evolve, to follow the synchronicities that guide us toward our destiny. I'd gone from wasting 12 hours a day on my phone to building a life I was proud of. New skills, real connections, and $12,000 in freelance income I never thought possible. But this isn't just my story, it's yours too if you choose it. Life is sending you signals right now. Don't ignore them. Here's how you can grab the wheel and start steering your own path. The first step is to commit. Not half in, not I'll try tomorrow. Commit now. Open your notes app or grab a piece of paper and write down one coincidence you've noticed recently, a random conversation, an unexpected opportunity, a gut feeling you brushed off. That's your starting point. For me, it was that freelance gig email I almost deleted. For you, it might be a friend's advice, a job posting, or even this video. Redfield's words still echo. The more we act on synchronicity, the more we attract it. Don't wait for permission. Act on it today. Sign up for that course, send that email, make that call. One small step can shift everything. Next, protect your energy like it's gold. You're surrounded by distractions, endless notifications, negative people, your own doubts. Cut them out. Delete one app that's stealing your time. I started with Instagram, and it freed up 3 hours a day. Say no to one draining commitment, like I did with that toxic friend. Surround yourself with people who spark your fire. Find a mentor, join a group, or even message someone you admire. I found my mastermind group on a Reddit thread, and they changed my life. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a circle that pushes you forward. Finally, make it a habit. This isn't a one-time fix, it's a way of living. Every morning, take 5 minutes to reflect. What signs did I see yesterday? What's my next step? I still keep my journal, tracking every random moment that feels like a nudge from the universe. Last month, a chance conversation led me to a client who paid $3,000 for a project. That's not luck, that's paying attention. Redfield wrote, "Our destiny unfolds as we follow the flow of energy. Make noticing and acting on these moments your daily ritual, and watch your life transform." Imagine where you could be in a year. I went from broke and miserable to earning extra income, reading 15 books, and building friendships that light me up. You could be launching that side hustle, traveling somewhere new, or finally feeling in control. The difference between then and now is action. Nothing in life is random. You're being guided, right this second. So, what's stopping you? If you're ready to rewrite your story, smash that subscribe button to join me on this journey. Drop a comment below. What's one coincidence you've noticed lately that you're going to act on? Let's hold each other accountable and turn those signs into reality. Life's waiting. Go claim it.